Admission through silence, subjected to ableism and excessive violence. They call it a colorable transfer of bodies, human trafficking that a grant writer lobbies, corporate takeover, the lockup options there. I'm a friendly party and entitled to my share. From locus delecti with some memory corruption, inducing psychosis and infirmity from my consumption. I need to survive this medical legal range. Now I made my brains a medium of exchange, in-house documents, and research memorandums. I'm turning complaints that you've screened into anthems. Handover decision making capabilities in law. The Wolfpack man versus the government of straw. Man, I got a theory from this string of events. My masterpiece will prove enabling through precedence. Keep it pragmatic. Matter of fact, the castle has all of these rookies capturing knights, and that's so derivative of deregulating enforcement officials. To save you, we came with these cages and pistols. Depository frozen. This seizure's illegal. Currently, our case law prevents us from seeing people. Assuming their positions aren't an adversary process, you can speech pattern these material objects. I wonder if depression likes being lower. Do we really need to prosecute a consensual snowblower? Sell me some conjugal visits for religious practice. I stay above the line. Vote for reduction in taxes. A will and chain conspiracy with bureaucratic spokes and autocratic leaders in the hub using yokes, insufficient funding to evaluate the spending. Misogynistic policy malfunctions aren't simply trending. Isolated incidents that indicate a pattern, bringing a reporter into the bottom of a cavern. Malice exception, malversation by the office. Command assault evaluated by its causes. The authority commanded assault. Damn, you know what command rape is? I gotta explain it all, huh? All right. So, a vulnerable adult is somebody who has disabilities, right? Admission through silence is a real thing. They're saying that if somebody puts some allegations against you and you don't say anything, then you've admitted that you've done it by not standing up for yourself. That's why you got the right to be silent. Subjected to ableism. If I'm disabled and they judge me differently because of that, that's what they're doing. It's like racism, but with your abilities to function or comprehend. Excessive violence up and down my history. They call it a colorable transfer of bodies. So if it's a colorable transfer, then it means that there's substance when it comes to illicit activity. So they're taking all of these citizens, attaching them with some fake charges or made up write-ups so that they can take away their position and put them in somewhere they can further manipulate. Human trafficking that the grant writer lobbies. So all of these funded by the government prisons and in-house PO buildings are being lobbied by politicians who need your tax money to make sure that they can steal anyone they want. And that would be a corporate takeover. The lockup options there. There's some terminology that happens in civil suits. I'm a friendly party, which means that I'm entitled to my share. Locus delecti, there's where it happens. And it's a scene of the crime with some memory corruption. So I remember these things, but my memory came with an additional knowledge of bad events taking place over there, and I had to come over here to stop that, or at least raise awareness. Inducing psychosis, infirmity. So they say that there's this version of sickness that comes through consumption of illicit materials, and that's what I was referring to in there. Because when you induce something, you cause it to happen. I need to survive this medical legal range. They're turning everything that has to do with my mental health, which is a medical situation, into legal issues. And now I made my brains the medium of exchange. They want my brain chemistry for their own manipulative tactics. They keep on telling me that if I take these medications over here, then I'll be free. And After that, in-house documents and research memorandums. There's a lot of papers, or not even papers really, it's just images, just like this one, that go from computer to computer to determine what the newest policy is going to be. And that's the kind of stuff that we need to understand if we're going to be able to efficiently ask for service from any kind of government funded agency or blah, blah, blah. I'm turning complaints that you screen into anthems. Ooh, I keep on bringing this up, especially in a lot of letters. There is a massive amount of law enforcement employees who have been attacked during their occupational requirements. And the way that it works is you have to turn it into this person who's tasked with determining whether it's valid or not. None of them were validated because you basically be giving your boss a lawsuit and your whole department less money if you admitted to raping that coworker or that someone did. So instead of admitting that it's a problem and fixing it, they've denied that it was a problem and then further targeted those who turned in such complaints. So eventually we're going to get to the point where this is what happened is the anthem. Hand over decision-making capabilities in law. Because you're obviously not interested in any kind of solution. The Wolfpack Man versus the government of straw. The kids call me the Wolfpack Man. I love that. Because I came up with the Wolfpack in like 2013 in Golf Mod over in Cooking, the pretrial. And it was a spiritual gang, because I'm a wolf in my soul. And I'm hoping that wolves protect animals of other species by taking out the weird ones. Like if there's like some big deer and he's attacking that little deer in a way that isn't supposed to happen. That's what this whole Wolfpack thing is. I want to hunt down the improper to the appreciation of those who survive afterward. I don't know if you know what a strawman theory is, but it's a false identity that is created in order to take the fall. And so this whole government is a straw man theory. And if you can read the policy and procedure and all the laws that are in place and the hoops you have to go through, you could easily see that. I've got a theory from this string of events. My masterpiece will prove enabling through precedence. So all of these judges who are in position to determine what needs to happen next are opening doors for predators because they're all in the same group. And the masterpiece will show you through case law where they do not have an interest in keeping victims safe or even admitting that victims were victims. Alisha, Alicia Owen, Owen. She's my hero. I read her case law after figuring out a couple of things and makes my heart bleed. If you got access to a law library, go check it out. She was a foster kid who got stolen by politicians and was pressed with prosecution of perjury for a ridiculous amount of time because she told people that it happened. Keep it pragmatic. It's kind of like logical or efficient or like sense with common sense. Practical. As a matter of fact, the castle has all of these rookies capturing knights, and that's so. She got this thing where she's talking about day all the time, and I'm knight, so I'm trying to be a knight, and everybody's stealing me away. And that's so derivative, which comes from deregulating, stopping those from being held accountable. Enforcement officials, all these weirdos, do not have any sense of responsibility when it comes to the way they behave as enforcement. They do now. To save you, we came with these cages and pistols. Depository. Deposition. There's like a speech or a statement that's going to be logged in cases. Oh, let's grab it. Oops. Oh yeah, depository frozen. Seizures illegal. You can't bring me up in a way that adds evidence to a case when it comes to my speech pattern because I'm crazy. I don't know if you know this, but if you have a mental health disability that is up there, uh, nothing you say is reliable. There's evidence in court. Currently, our caseload. I mean, there's ways that you can go around it. Like, if it's super important, or the judge is just not going to give you sway. Then but you being mentally disabled stops that whatever you said from being valid because you could have just had it just because you're experiencing some crazy episodes. That's what I'm going through. But I walk through with mine, or I try to. All right, that's good enough. Y'all like it, right? I hope you do. Bye.